Hi everyone, it's September 11th, 2023. My name's Davey, and I am making this video today because I really just want the world to know that, the ones that everybody, when LGBTQIA people, gay people, trans people, people that recognize any one of those self-identifiers, that they're not at fault. They're not guilty of anything. It is a blessing from God, from heaven, from God. It's a blessing. You didn't choose this. I'm a living proof of this. And I know I'm not the only one. Coming out of the closet, the only reason we're in there is because we're afraid of people shaming us and families that won't let a person be who they are, disowning us. And it's just not fair. I even thought God was punishing me by putting me in the wrong body. No. Souls sometimes just take that. Well, not sometimes. There's another type of growth that's spiritual, like a caterpillar and a butterfly. And it took me about almost 40 years before I would come out of the closet and develop a relationship with God afterwards, actually. Learning to repent from my old ways. Literally, I had to let go of so much regret. It was literally killing me. Regrets were killing me. Oh, I wrote a book about it, but it's not close to touching the whole thing. So I'm just going to say this. I had said in another video that we're protected by grace where the law doesn't. And it does say numerous times in the Bible, even Jesus said a veil will come over their hearts every time they read the law of Moses, which is the laws that they say, a man wearing this. There are so many times I could just say, a man wearing a woman's garments, this and that. I agree is what I was saying insofar as if I call somebody who is a man, recognizing themselves as man, miss, they don't really like that, and vice versa. So recognizing the spirit and not the body is a good idea, especially when dealing with Christian things or spiritual things altogether. Romans chapter 6, verse 15 and 16. Paul says, "What then? Are we to sin because we are not under law but under grace? By no means. Do you not know that if you present yourselves to anyone as obedient slaves, you are slaves of the one whom you obey, either of sin, which leads to death," that's me before transitioning, "or of obedience, which leads to righteousness," definitely me since transitioning. My before is a long story. But the fruits of your life will show whether you are righteous or living in righteousness or living in sin. I mean, okay, so even Paul says it in verse 21, same chapter 6. "But what fruit were you getting at that time from the things of which you are now ashamed? For the end of those things is death." And I was definitely on my way out. I have been to jail more times than I can count. I have been to prison 3 times in 2 different states. This was before I transitioned because the only thing I can say is I'm grateful I didn't go in there as like this, but that's irrelevant. The thing is, I couldn't get right because the hole in my heart was as a result of not identifying. Without my identifying of self as what I am, I remained unable to stop the pain. So I am grateful that today I can say that I am free of any trouble, of any guilt, of any problems on my conscience, of any ill connection with God, of inebriation. I'm free of that. Life is only getting better. And if everything continues on the trend that it is, I can only say more will be revealed. So I can only say also, well, I keep saying I can only say, and I keep saying something else. So let me just say this. It gets better. I hope I can show you that even with me, that's a true proof. Trust God, clean house, help others. I'd love to be able to help. So in the meantime, this is how I do it. May God love and peace be unto you.